right now. I just finished breakfast. You want to know what Justin Barber said about you at recess? He said you looked hot. Real hot. Real hot.
Ben, I think you better get real ready for school now.
Okay, Dad. Well, I gotta go, babe. I'll meet you in the hall after English. Yeah, me too. Bye.
Excuse me? Since when do we refer to girls as hot?
I didn't say it, Justin did. But anyway, it's the truth.
What's the truth?
Heather looks hot.
Heather who?
She's in Ben's class. They're just friends. Don't you remember I told you she went ice skating with us?
Well, yeah, I knew you took out a little girl. I didn't know she was hot.
It's just an expression. It doesn't mean anything.
It just means she's fresh.
Fresh? Fresh what?
Just fresh.
I don't like the sound of that at all. And another thing, you're only 11 years old. You're a long way away from being able to use the word babe.
Dad, everybody says babe. What's wrong with it?
Hey, you're just a kid. I don't want you talking like that. In fact, I never want you talking like that. Nobody who has any good sense calls people babe.
What about Sonny and Cher?
Hey, maybe if they'd called each other dear, they'd still be together.
I got you, dear.
Listen, just don't say babe, don't say hot. Your life will go a lot better.
Man, I thought there was supposed to be free speech in this country. Anyway, Georgie, could you drive me and Heather to the movies Saturday?
Yeah, sure, if it's all right with her parents.
What do you mean, yeah, sure? Maybe it's not all right with his parents. You're not old enough to date. When did this start? Where have I been? Yesterday he was trading baseball cards and playing with little Power Rangers. Now all of a sudden he's Warren Beatty.
Ben and Heather are just friends. There's nothing wrong with him wanting to go to a movie with a little friend who just happens to be a girl.
Not just a girl, a hot babe. I mean, he's talking like a guy who shaves and wears cologne and talks to his broker on a portable phone.
Dad, I gotta go. If it'll make you feel better, I'll have Heather come over so you can meet her.
I can't believe this. You sound so mature the way you say that. I hate that. I want you to come home after school and eat a lot of candy and mess up your room.
Okay, Dad, whatever you say.
Ward, don't you think you're being a little hard on the beaver? I mean, he's just trying out grown-up attitudes about the opposite sex and seeing how they work for him. I don't think it's necessary for you to totally rain on his parade.
Yeah, I mean, it is a little hypocritical coming from a guy who used to carry around a pup tent and an air mattress in his trunk on the off chance he might get lucky.
I was 18 years old. He's only 11.
You know, your husband's a legend in his own time. Once after a hayride, he walked into the Dairy Queen and handed Wanda Bartell her pantyhose, and she didn't even know they were missing.
Billy, do you mind? The point is, my hormones were raging then. Ben's aren't even supposed to be percolating yet.
Well, I say leave him alone. I mean, these could be the best dating years of his life. Grown-up dating's certainly not any fun. I thought that was the reason people got married. So you don't have to act interested in what the other person was saying, but you can still put your hands where you want.
Oh, that is so cynical.
Well, I'm sorry, but that's who I've become. I don't know anything about dating anymore, and I don't want to know. I haven't been with anybody since my divorce. Hell, I haven't been on a date since 1979. I don't even remember the lines we used to use.
You mean you guys used to actually work out pickup lines? That's unbelievable.
Remember, excuse me, miss, but I'm sorry to bother you. You seem to be having a devastating effect on my friend over there in the corner booth. You see, you remind him so much of his dead wife that it would really help with the grieving process if you would come over and join him for a rusty nail. You see, that was their drink.
Could your friend come too?
And actual women really fell for that.
Well, no.
Anyway, dating is just too much trouble. But you got to get to know somebody, and you got to talk to them, and you got to act interested in their hopes and dreams for the future. And also, and I think this is probably the biggest negative, you got to find their house. You know, the more I think about it, the more I'd rather just live vicariously through Ben.
You know, that reminds me, when he gets home this afternoon, I'm going to have a little man-to-man talk with him.
I thought you'd already covered where babies come from.
Yeah, now he needs to know where babes are coming from.
Excuse me, could I talk to somebody about placing a classified ad?
Oh, absolutely. I can take care of you right now.
Oh, thank you. But would it be all right if he helped me?
Him?
Me?
I'm sure you're very nice and completely competent, but I'd just like to have him handle me.
Sure, no problem, Billy. Would you like to help the lady?
Sure.
Hi. I'm Charlotte Richards. I work across the street. I've been watching you come in every day.
Billy Bob Davis. Nice to meet you.
You have wonderfully large hands.
Did you want to place an ad?
Oh, yes, I do. My cat had kittens, so I need to find them homes. It's inconvenient, but once an animal goes into heat, there's no controlling them. I have to go back to work, but I'd love to talk to you some more. Maybe over dinner. My phone number's in the ad. I'll be waiting.
Is it my imagination, or did it seem like she was coming on to me?
You know, I'm a firm believer in faith.
Really?
That's right. If my cat hadn't gotten pregnant and had kittens, I wouldn't have been in your newspaper office placing a personal ad. And we might never have met.
It's amazing, isn't it? Two cats meet in an alley, and here we are.
I love the way you do that.
Do what?
Act like you're really not sure about what I'm talking about. Because you probably know that it would just be too intense to connect that way all the time.
You know, I was thinking about having the veal. Is that good here?
I hope you don't mind that I'm being so open and accessible right up front. I'm also a firm believer in accelerated dating.
Is that one of those Evelyn Wood kind of deals?
A sense of humor, too. I like that. I like that a lot. The clasp is in front.
When you said accelerated, you weren't kidding, were you?
Well, I'd just like you to know that now. There's nothing worse than having to give directions in the heat of passion.
Isn't that the truth? I hate that, too. It's worse than trying to find somebody's house.
You know, I was watching the way you drove over here. You're so in command behind the wheel. I love the way you shift.
I don't know what to say. It's just something I do because I have to.
You have so much power in your hands. You're strong, masculine, kind.
Really?
Trust me. The second thing I notice about a man is his hands.
No. I'm not going for that one. I'm not going to ask you what's the first.
It's the mouth. I personally feel the mouth tells more about a person than their eyes. I haven't kissed yours yet, so I don't know for sure. But I'm willing to guess at first touch, yours is hard and unyielding.
I've gotten that all my life. I guess it's a lot like my driving.
I'm embarrassing you.
Oh, you're not.
Yes, I am. I love it. You're blushing. Oh. The blood is rushing up to your cheeks, pulsating and red hot.
Did anybody ever tell you talk like a novel?
What kind of a novel?
You know, the kind with a woman on the front with her head thrown back, poking some guy's eye out with her big heaving bosom.
Do you like that?
Like what?
That particular fantasy?
Well, to tell you the truth, I'm really not that well developed fantasy-wise. Basically, I just have an imaginary friend named Miranda who walks on my back once a week and keeps my sock drawer organized.
Well, I hope Miranda packed an overnight bag for you.
Why? Will I be needing one?
On second thought, maybe not. I think I have something at home that's just your size.
Hey, Hey, guys, hurry up. It's almost 3:30. I don't want you out there after dark. Daily Beacon? Uh-huh, who's calling? Just a second, Ben. It's Heather.
Oh, man. How many times have I told her? Never call me at work. Hey, babe. I mean, Heather. Yeah, I'm done folding and I'm about ready to hit the street. I figure I'll be over by your house a little after 4. What do you need? Okay, Milk Duds, Dr. Pepper. No, I'm sorry. If you want a Tiger Beat magazine, you're gonna have to get that yourself. Look, we'll talk about it when I get there. Okay. Women. Goodbye, Dad.
Goodbye, Warren. This is bad. This is very, very bad.
Heartman, just relax. This is good. He's giving, he's nurturing, he's caring for her needs.
No, he's shopping. You see, this is how it starts. First, it's Milk Duds and Tiger Beat magazine. Before you know it, he's wandering around the feminine hygiene aisle at Rexall at 2 in the morning going, Mini, Maxi, wings, no wings, super, ultra super, scented, unscented. I don't want that for my son.
Madeline, I thought you had your group therapy session today.
I was supposed to. My sex addicts group. They got together for lunch today, and unfortunately, one of them just bought a new van with reclining seats. And right now, they're in the parking lot at the House of Pancakes, throwing names into a hat, and 6 months of therapy is going right down the drains.
Ah, lover boy, listen, you got a few phone calls while you were out. Let's see. Charlotte called, and then Charlotte called. And then, Charlotte called again. And here's one from, I can't read this name, Carl Otter.
Charlotte.
Oh, right, Charlotte. And then Charlotte called again to make sure you got her other calls.
John, I gotta do something. This woman doesn't know the meaning of the words slow down or not now or put that back on.
Well, if you want to get rid of her, why don't you just use your dead wife rusty nail line?
Hey, this is serious. Madeline, I need help.
You want my help?
That's right, I'm that desperate. Charlotte's already got 7 cute little nicknames picked out for me, one for each day of the week. She even has 2 cute little nicknames for, well, you know.
Little Billy.
That's one of them.
You know, I could have lived a full and happy life without knowing that little tidbit.
That's the other one.
I can't help noticing that little's a recurring theme in these nicknames.
Billy, can't you just break up with her?
It's not as easy as it sounds. I've only known her for a few days, but it's like she's already attached herself to me. You know, like that thing in Alien that latches onto your face and sucks all the life out of you?
Come on, it can't be that bad.
The morning after our first date, she presented me with a collection of boudoir photos.
Brenda Swain had some of those boudoir photos made up for a new boyfriend. And as you know, Brenda does not have the figure she used to since she gave birth to that little illegitimate baby that everybody says looks like a pig. Anyway, for some reason, the photographer insisted on being in the next room, like when they take dental x-rays. But I heard the photos turned out real well.
Thank you, Lonnie.
I knew this dating thing wasn't going to work out. Since when did women get so aggressive? I liked the way it was in the old days when we had to beg for sex.
Oh, so you like begging?
Yes, I did. It gave us a goal, something to shoot for. Begging made us feel like we'd earned it, gave us a sense of dignity.
And you feel by giving you sex all the time, Charlotte is taking away your dignity?
It's like winning the Publishers Clearinghouse sweepstakes every day. I mean, sure, the first couple of times Ed McMahon comes over to your house, you're glad to see him. But after a couple of weeks, you know, you just want him to put the damn money on the porch and get back in the car.
Well, what is it you want from her then?
I want her to leave me alone. I want my life back.
Based on my years of observation of the subtle workings of the human psyche and my own invincible inner knowledge as a woman, act like a wuss.
Come again?
For some bizarre reason, this woman finds you attractive, virile, sexual. I'm sorry, I guess that wasn't very professional.
No, Madeline's right. You found what turns her on. Now you just gotta find what turns her off.
Come on, seriously. You're suggesting that he go around acting sensitive, vulnerable, and caring? Billy?
I know. Tell her that you live with your mother. You would not believe how many potential relationships that little piece of honesty's cost me.
Come on, Billy, you're man enough to be a wuss for a day. I mean, it's really easy. All I gotta do is go over to her house, bring a book of sonnets, and read them aloud to her.
Oh, that's good. Oh, better yet. Tell her there hasn't been any really moving poetry since Rod McEwen stopped publishing.
And tell her that after you've been with the right woman for a while and you're really in sync, you start to get cramps.
Ooh, she's good.
Oh, and take her to see the Joy Luck Club and hog all the tissues.
Yeah. Tell her football makes you nauseous because of all the unnecessary violence, and try to use the word share in as many sentences as possible.
Oh, that's good.
No, wait. Time out. I'll do it. Charlotte, why don't you sit over on that side and I'll sit here.
Okay. That way I can see you better.
There you go. Anyway, I think we need to talk.
You didn't like the talk we had last night?
Well, actually, Charlotte, that wasn't really like a conversation. It was closer to phone sex.
Are you complaining?
No, but I just think it's important for two people to really get to know each other in a relationship. You know, discuss your hopes and dreams. Just as a side note, it'd probably be easier for me to focus if you didn't have your foot in my lap. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Oh, please. I hope you're not going to turn out to be one of these guys who needs more out of a relationship. What I love about you is you're so strong and uncomplicated.
Actually, I'm very complicated. I'm kind of a tricky guy. Matter of fact, there are probably some things about me that might surprise you.
So surprise me.
Charlotte, I don't want to have to ask you again. Please get your toes off my zipper. Now I've completely lost my train of thought. Any sense of where or who I am.
You're about to surprise me.
Yeah. Okay. Well, for instance, did you know that I have an extensive collection of Judy Garland albums?
You're kidding.
No. Judy's very special to me. You also probably didn't know that I do a lot of decorative craft work with my mother. We do cozies for toasters and crochet little dolls with hoop skirts for that extra roll of toilet paper, stuff like that.
I love that. A man who's not afraid to express his artistic side.
You like that, huh? Well, perhaps I should tell you some of the things I am afraid of. I mean, if we're going to be spending a lot of time together, I don't know if I'll be able to hold these things inside much longer.
What kind of things?
Well, like, and this is very hard for me to share. But one of the reasons I like being at your house at night is because I'm afraid of the dark. I don't like it. I'm afraid of it. And frankly, I'm sick and tired of having to pretend I'm not.
Are you serious?
I'm dead serious. I mean, you're the first woman that I've felt comfortable enough to share this with. Another thing is bugs. I'm terrified of them. Why should women be the only people who get to scream? If I knew for sure there was a bug in here right now, I'd probably have to just get up and walk out. Unless, of course, you'd kill it for me.
I think you're just saying these things to turn me on.
Turn you off? Why would I want to do that? I've never felt safer or more loved and protected than when I'm in your arms. As a matter of fact, I was thinking that tonight I might finally feel comfortable enough to just let loose and cry like a baby. I'd really like that. At least for me, it would be special. I love that song.
What song?
Time in New England took me away. On rocky beaches, viewed by the bay.
You like Barry Manilow?
Well, he's not Judy, but he is fabulous. Come on, sing with me. And tell me, when will our eyes meet? When will I touch touch you? When will this strong yearning end? And when will I see you again?
Daddy, Karen Brightly's mom says she heard you singing in a restaurant last night.
That's true, sweetheart. Daddy had to make a big fool out of himself because he was in a tight spot. You're not going to disown old Dad, are you?
I don't even know what it means. How do you do that?
I don't know. You have to ask your mother. Listen, sweetheart, I want you to do me a favor. Don't ever grow up. I want you to stay the same size you are now, and I never want you to date. You'll just live with me. We'll make little gingerbread houses and sell them out of the back of the car.
You're funny.
Well, I'm glad you think so. How about a little sugar right here? That's my girl. That's good sugar. Come here.
Hey, we're home.
Hey, what's up? How was the movie?
Oh, it was great. Hartman only had to close his eyes 2 or 3 times.
Well, what the heck did you go see?
Heather all over my son.
Dad kept wandering over to Ben Heather's seats to see if he needed anything. Then some guy with a flashlight came down and said, "Please stop bothering the other patrons."
Georgie, can we have some sodas?
How many did you have at the movies?
2.
Yeah, go ahead, rot your teeth.
Oh, why not? It's Saturday.
Oh, hey, Ben, wait a second. Can I ask you a question?
I guess.
You seem to have a pretty good thing with this Heather. You got any dating tips for me?
Well, not really. I haven't been doing it that long myself. But I guess the number one thing is leave your dad at home.
Thank you very much, son.
And the other thing is to buy a lot of candy and share it. Girls like that.
There you go. There's my problem. I've been skimping on the candy, and tomorrow I'm going to go out and buy me a big old bag of Tootsie Rolls.
Oh, you devil.
Ben, I can't drink this whole soda by myself. Will you share mine with me? Gotta go.
It's funny, isn't it? I can start off all pure and innocent like that, and then 25 years later, you're divorced and starting all over again with a crazy woman that's got her foot in her lap.
She put her foot in your lap?
Yes, she did. At first, I thought it was an accident, but when she took my keys out of my pocket with her toes, I realized that she'd had some practice.
I'll get it. Here, Billy Bob, I almost forgot. It's really good if you can give a girl candy with a prize in it.
Well, thank you very much, Ben. I'll treasure that advice in the years to come.
But do you have any advice for me? Heather, your aunt's here.
Hello?
Run, Ben. Run like the wind.